Right now on WHAS11 News at 5, we are still tracking that mix of rain and snow across the area. I'll show you when this system will move out and when the next storm will begin coming up.
With kids out of school in Hardin County, we check in to see how they're doing. Plus, the sheriff tells us about a messy morning.
And a woman is now facing charges in a connection to another woman's death at a rehab facility, what police say led up to the incident on Sunday.
And then a little later, all new at 5:30 tonight, the famed Miss Madison hydroplane boats of the Madison Regatta sold without the mayor of the city even knowing about it. An entire board fired by the mayor. We're in the historic Ohio River town tonight, sorting out the political intrigue and mystery. What happened to those boats and why?
Right here at 5 o'clock, it is a true wintry mix outside across Kentuckiana. A little bit of snow, a little bit of rain. Not too many problems. We like that.
That's right. Right now, live at 5, we've been showing you different pictures from our live cameras here. The snow's still coming down again. We've got another round after heavy wet snowfall dropped several inches overnight across the WHAS11 viewing area today.
Well, today's winter weather is our top story. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shay McAllister.
And I'm Doug Profit. It was pretty easy to get around this kind of snow, sort of a friendly snow. The snow totals are impressive across parts of Kentucky, even some bigger totals in Louisville, but it's the type of snow you could easily drive through. We've got team coverage here at 5. Alexandra Goldberg's been checking out neighborhoods and roads from Schnitzelburg to Fairdale. Ian Hardwick's in Hardin County, where there were some accidents, but thankfully nobody was hurt.
But first, let's get right on over to Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine with a look at the forecast and what you can expect.
Yeah, Shay and Doug, we picked up about 2 inches in Louisville, but some areas off to the southeast, Bardstown over to Danville, Kentucky, up to around 5-6 inches. But thankfully, the roads are just wet out there. It's been warm enough as expected, above freezing, that this is just going to be a kind of a wet and slushy snow across the area. And that's we still have coming down over the northern half. Now we've got rain over the southern half of the area. Live look here from on top of the Galt House with our Bachman Auto Group cam, part of our UVille Health Camera Network. And we are sitting again just above freezing with the wind chills in the 20s. So we're right at 32 to 35 degrees depending on your location. Warm enough. Again, the road conditions are in good shape across the area. Just a little bit wet out there. There you see south of 64. It's rainfall north of Interstate 64. Looking at mainly some light snow across the area. So little to no additional accumulation as it's melting on contact. This system starts to taper off to the east a little bit later on this evening after sunset. Maybe a little drizzle overnight. A couple slick spots maybe to watch out for on the bridges and overpasses, but should stay above freezing overnight, so that should limit any problems. And then tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, we've got our next system that'll bring in some chilly rain showers as this active weather pattern continues across the area for the rest of this week. Light mix for a little while longer here, low 34 degrees. At noon tomorrow, 40 degrees, dry through the morning, and then plan on some afternoon and evening rain showers tomorrow for your Wednesday, up to 48 degrees, so a little bit warmer. Now this weekend brings another storm, some heavy rain potential, and maybe a little snow as well. We'll look at more impacts on the way with that system coming up in our Weather Impact Team forecast.
All right, Ben, thank you for that. An update here at 5. Despite receiving a few inches of snowfall across the region today, it's still not nearly as severe as the 10+ inches we saw beginning on January 5th.
Well, still, businesses are calling for more attention to the side streets that weren't plowed or treated as frequently last time. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Jessica Farley join us now from the road. So I know you two spoke with people who are relieved about the conditions, thinking that it's good, they're not as bad as last time. What do you see out there on the roads?
Yeah, Doug, Shay, I'm driving around Schnitzelburg right now, and the roads are still clear. We're seeing what looks like sleet come down right now. I'll show you what I can see out the front of the car. We were driving around Jefferson County all day, and we saw that snow really ebb and flow throughout the day, but really no real effects for the driving conditions. But this morning, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg said at a press conference the Metro snow team has been salting the roads throughout the day. There are 110 snow routes across the Metro. And we learned today from Metro Public Works that those routes were decided 12 years ago. Greenberg said it's still a priority to reconsider which routes get city attention, but no changes went into effect as of today's snowfall. I spoke with a business on Lydia Street, and they say even though today didn't bring them trouble, they want more attention on their streets from the city.
We're just as important as everybody else. You know, we, not just the business even, but the people, and the people need to get out and go and do their thing.
That's Sharon Hellman with Old Hickory Inn. She says Lydia Street was icy for a long time last month, and it slowed down business because of restricted access to the bar. And of course, we're still out on the road in Schnitzelburg. The roads are clear, and as the sun starts to go down, we're still seeing some of that sleet hit the windshield. We'll be giving you live updates all throughout the evening. Live on the road, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side. Doug Shea.
All right, good to see you, Alexander. You're moving along so well there. Well, we did touch base with Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg this morning on the snowfall. He said the crews, the salt crews, didn't have to hit the roads as heavily as they did from the winter storm of January 5th.
Those that have not been treated, I have been told, are slushy but passable. That is the official analysis of the roads at this moment that have not been treated. Slushy but passable. So again, please use caution.
The mayor says he's also in active talks to expand and change the Metro's snow routes, the 100 dedicated snow routes. Right now we want to check with Ian Hardwitt, who's live in Hardin County. Ian, what are the conditions looking like just to the south of Louisville? There was some talk that it could be heavier, but then the transition a little slower.
Yeah, we're definitely getting precipitation, Doug, but this winter mix is much heavier on the rain than it is the snow. But early this morning, about the time kids would have been showing up to school, the Hardin County Sheriff tells me there were about 17 accidents on the road. Thankfully, nobody was injured. We caught up with some kids earlier today who were enjoying that day off of school. Shoveling the front porch. Angelo Smith paved the way for Dad to come home. Twin sister Zoraida Smith cleaned off Mom's car before they enjoyed pancake breakfast on this day off from school. Only they forgot they had the day off when they woke up.
Well, I just woke up, but I just wanted to stand for a little while till we heard our mom, and we're just like, oh no, we need to get up now.
And so I just get all scared. I'm like, oh no, we gonna be tardy and late.
But in the dark early morning, Hardin County Sheriff deputies reported 17 accidents on the road, although Sheriff John Ward said nobody was injured.
They all knew that if they could just get through the rush, that the weather was going to start clearing up, and as you can see now, you know, the roads are in fairly good shape, but that's another time where it's very dangerous for somebody driving, because you think, well, the roads are just wet, and then you drive on to a spot that is actually slick.
Between these Kentucky Transportation Cabinet plows and the warm ground, the highways stayed clear. David J. had no trouble driving neighborhood streets, bringing his kids sledding on this Helmwood Heights hill. You don't really mind pulling them up the hill?
It's good for me. No, I don't mind at all. Go! Watch out, David!
Jay was just surprised he and his neighbor were the only ones who made it out.
Usually everybody's out here because, oh, there they go. Because it's pretty safe, there's no obstructions. I have a lot of fond memories sled riding myself, and my kids just love it. It's been a good year. We've been out here a lot, especially on the last snow. We probably were out here 7 days in a row probably.
But it's not likely he'll get 7 days worth of sledding out of this round of snow. Now, Radcliffe's mayor told me on the phone earlier today there were about 2 accidents this morning, people hydroplaning off the road, and that's really what you need to be worrying about if you're driving as the rain keeps coming down.
So Ian, give us an update now on the conditions behind you. The rain's coming down, so is that impacting the snow cover you have behind you at the moment?
Honestly, Doug, a lot of what's happening here behind me is the water is melting a lot of this snow, and even where I walked in the snow previously down here, Emma, if you can show these footsteps, all it took was one step on the ground to reveal the grass underneath, and that's much different than this previous snow that we were seeing out here where you'd be able to step down on it and you just feel that crunch underneath. This snow is super fluffy and it's not really sticking to anything right now.
All right, Ian, thank you. Awfully big footprints there, and I hope they served you some pancakes in that house this morning.
Well, the snow may be ending today, but our team is tracking rain throughout the week. We will keep you prepared with all the information you need to know before stepping out the door every morning. To get those notifications sent straight to your phone, download the free WHAS 11 News app. Now to more news here at 5 o'clock. A 48-year-old woman has been arrested for attempted murder after a death at a drug and alcohol rehab facility. It happened on Sunday.
WHAS 11 News first told you in an exclusive report last night on the night team at 11 about this investigation underway in the Hazelwood area of town. Now today we've learned the arrest citation says she used a towel to allegedly strangle another female patient. Our Focus Team reporter Travis Breeze has been following this story since last night at 11 o'clock. And Travis, things obviously moved quickly today. What did police say about this charge of attempted murder?
Well, it is still an attempted murder, and they said that they got that charge after speaking to the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. They say right now they only have a preliminary cause of death, and it still isn't officially a homicide. The details in the arrest citation certainly show an intent to kill. One patient allegedly killed another after attacking her with a towel in her own room. Louisville police say Sunday night, Angela Hensley entered another patient's room in the female side of this Praxis rehab facility on LaSalle Avenue. The criminal complaint says police interviewed Hensley and she said, "She wanted to die, so I killed her." She admitted to using a towel and can be seen on video exiting the room while the victim is lying on the ground. An autopsy showed a preliminary diagnosis of strangulation. The victim was pronounced dead at the hospital. The charge may be upgraded to murder after further investigation. CEO of Landmark Recovery, Matt Boyle, said in part, "Landmark Recovery grieves the loss of a former patient. Addiction is a tragic, complex disease. We further applaud the swift response of the police officers and paramedics." Landmark Recovery has had patient deaths at other facilities, including Praxis South Bend in northern Indiana. 3 patients died in 1 week at that facility in July 2023, according to our sister station WTHR. Their causes of death were alcohol abuse, suicide, and mixing medications. The name of the female patient who died on Sunday still has not yet been released by the coroner's office. The CEO said yesterday that it's important to wait for the full investigation to finish before making any conclusions about their operation. In the studio, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.